Welcome back into Florida Live. I'm Garrett Weimer, and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon, live on Fox Local and on YouTube. Congressman Maxwell Frost has arrived outside Alligator Alcatraz. Let me give you a live look. This is courtesy WFOR, and he's getting ready to hold a news conference talking about this facility. He's been outspoken about it, criticizing it, as have a number of other Democratic lawmakers at the federal level and at the state level. You can also see a number of folks behind him holding signs there. He's getting ready to speak. Let's go ahead and listen in as he holds this news conference.
In the United States Congress, and today we're standing outside of the Everglades detention facility. Last month, I was given a sanitized tour of this place. The night before I showed up with all the lawmakers, we heard reports of how detainees had magically received their first shower, some of their first decent meals. The night before I showed up, I had conversations with people who got this information firsthand. At the end of the day, in this facility, we have cages where humans are being held. 32 men per cage, crammed, only about 4 to 6 cages per tent. I want to be clear about what this facility really is. It's an internment camp for immigrants, and not just all immigrants, but immigrants that look like me, black and brown folks. A place full of people who are Latinos, Haitian men, subjugated to inhumane conditions under the guise of immigration enforcement. It is a shameful thing. It is a shameful thing, and an evil thing, I believe. It's a place where, as of now, we've seen nearly 1,000 humans being forced to live in a tent city in the middle of the hot Florida summer, where folks are not getting enough food. Detainees are being exposed to heat, wildlife, mosquitoes that can potentially carry disease, and are stripped of their civil rights. And it's all wrapped in performance and spectacle. The Trump administration and DHS want to make this look like order and security, but their social media posts, videos, and staged facility tours that attempt to make this place look like a theme park are nothing more than performative theater, but performative theater that has real impact on the lives of humans and Floridians. They post clips online so they can sell t-shirts, sell beer koozies. It's deliberate cruelty packaged for optics. Today I am here on a visit. Last time I came here was about a month ago with many members of Congress and state legislators. We took a almost nearly 2-hour tour of the facility, where I saw inhumane conditions and humans being held in cages. Something that I was not able to do on that tour that I wanted to do is speak with detainees and speak with people that are being held here. I came with a thick binder full of the names and pictures of immigrants that are constituents of mine and people who have family members in my district that are being held there. I was unable to speak with them last trip. Today, I'm here to do that very thing. I am here for 2 main reasons. Number 1, I'm going to be having conversations with detainees. I'm here to check on the well-being of my constituents, of the family members, and also of people that are Floridians that are being held here. And I will be having conversations with multiple detainees while I'm in the facility, and that is one of the main reasons I'm here. The second reason I'm here is because there are things that we did not get to see the last tour that I demand that I need to see. This includes the segregation unit, this includes the medical facility, and we have many other questions as well. I am honored that over the past month, we've been working closely with Friends of the Everglades, the Miccosukee tribe, and the ACLU in their lawsuit and their pursuit to get this place shut down. We know that we'll hear any minute today or anytime tomorrow from the judge. Our hope is that we will receive a decision, that they will receive a decision that shuts this place down. That's what we believe needs to happen. This place needs to be completely shut down because people are not being treated fairly. People are not getting their due process met. And we believe it just needs to be shut down. It is also a complete abuse and waste of our money and of our resources that are supposed to be used to keep Floridians safe when there's a hurricane. And right now we have Hurricane Aaron in the ocean. We have 2 systems developing right now, one with a 60% chance, one with a 40% chance, and they are using $450 million of the $500 million cap that the Office of Emergency Management can use without approval from the state to help keep our people safe. And no matter who you are, you have to see this as not just a stunt, but it's inhumane to Floridians, to people, to humans, but it is also a gross misuse of our resources and horrible for the environment that we're in right now. So the second part and the second reason I'm here is there's more information I have to collect that'll be useful, of course, for lawsuits, but also for me and my job of conducting oversight on the facility. I want to be clear. This facility is not about security. It's about entertainment. It's about optics. It's about distraction. And it's about deporting, and even, I think this isn't even deportation. It's kidnapping, and it's the trafficking of humans. And I said this last time, and I'll say it again. When I was in there, I didn't see people from all around the world that are immigrants that are in this country. I saw people from specific countries, and I only saw black and brown people being held. And there is a large racial component to what's going on in this facility and in ICE detention facilities across the country. So again, I'm here for two reasons. First, to check in on our constituents and Floridians who are detained inside, and second, to make it clear facilities like this have to be shut down, and we're hoping we'll receive a decision on that today or tomorrow. People deserve dignity. Families deserve justice, and our nation deserves an immigration system rooted in dignity and compassion for every single person who is here, not cruelty, not spectacle, and not political theater. Thank you. With that, I'll answer any questions. Well, day by day, there's more and more pressure being put on Republicans. And I have to call it the fact that we have 3 Latino members of Congress in the Miami area. Their constituents have been protesting them, reaching out to them, saying, why aren't you standing up on behalf of immigrants? Why aren't you standing up on behalf of the hundreds of thousands of people impacted by the recensions of TPS and things like that? We're talking about people from Cuba. I'm a Cuban American. My mom came here as a refugee. This is a very personal thing to me. We're talking about people from Venezuela, Nicaragua, people from Haiti, many of whom are families and constituents of the 3 members of Congress, Mario Diaz-Balart, Carlos Jimenez, and Maria Salazar, who have been silent and have been offering nothing but lip service to the communities that they supposedly are supposed to represent. And one of the top things the communities are asking for is shut this place down. So as that pressure continues, we hope that Republicans will come with us on this journey to make sure that we fight for humanity, for our constituents, and for our people. But the other thing is we are hoping that we'll make good ground here on these lawsuits, and specifically the lawsuit that's been filed by Friends of the Everglades, the Miccosukee tribe, alongside the ACLU. We're going to hear a decision any minute now, today or tomorrow. We from our last visit, put into the congressional record everything we saw in there. We took meticulous notes so that could be used in the lawsuit. Representatives from across the state, like Representative Ana Biescamani from my district, served as a witness in it. So we've been in close collaboration, and we're hoping that the decision will close down the facility. I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
Yeah, the state says this meets all requirements and crime working order, but you would disagree with that.
We disagree with it, but the other thing is, depending on what area they're talking about this in, the state contends that different people are running the place. In one of the lawsuits, they're saying the federal government is not involved here. But in the last trip, they told me that every single decision is being made by ICE and the federal government. In another lawsuit, they say, oh no, the federal government's calling all the shots. The ambiguity is part of their strategy to stay away from being held accountable. And that's part of the reason why my trip here is very important today. I'm going to get to see things that they didn't show us last time.
Any federal judge, Kathleen Williams, will shut this place down, expected to rule by tomorrow.
Our hope is that, yes, and I've mentioned that a few times, our hope is that she'll shut this place down, and we've been working with the plaintiffs on this case very closely. We hope that they'll shut this place down. We're also here to gather more information as it relates to this case, but also future cases coming down the line. Well, number one, every poll shows that Donald Trump is underwater on immigration. Most Americans do not agree with what he's doing. Most Republicans don't agree with what he's doing. And most swing voters that voted for him are now coming out saying they disagree with this as well. In fact, because of what Donald Trump has done, support for a speedy path to citizenship is at an all-time high. It has never been this popular in the history of this country between both Democrats and Republicans. So it's not true that the majority of Americans agree with this. They're appalled when they see masked ICE agents going into their communities, terrorizing their people, pulling kids from school desks and going into churches and terrorizing our people. That's not what we want. Of course we want a safe country. Of course we want everyone following the laws. But we don't want our communities to be terrorized, and that's what's going on right now. From Washington, D.C. to here in the state of Florida. So most people are against this. And what I would ask the few people that are for it, what I would ask them to realize is ask themselves, number one, this country, we've seen gun violence go down the last 3 years. Why? Because we passed good gun laws to keep our people safe. Because we had a White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention that Donald Trump got rid of on the first day. So this talking point that the Republicans in Congress and Donald Trump are working to keep us safe is not true. The numbers show it. And we have to ask ourselves as Americans, not only do we feel safer, but are we safer now than we have been before? And when I speak with communities in the city I represent of Orlando, people feel less safe, especially immigrant families who don't even feel like they can send their citizen children to school or send their citizen children to church. And that's the chaos that Donald Trump has created because he's trying to make a spectacle of things. There's a campaign promise he didn't fulfill. He said he wanted to lower the cost of living. The cost of living has gone up way more. He said we're not going to engage in these forever wars. We're going to focus on America. We're not focusing on America. We're sending weapons to other countries. And we're sending money all around the world, except not focusing on the fact that our people don't have health care. Our people can't afford to eat. Our people can't afford to send their children to school or pay for a roof over their head. Donald Trump isn't focused on that because he's focused on helping billionaires and mega corporations. And this place isn't any different than that. Because the last time I was here, I saw 2 private jets on the airfield that belong to executives from the private corporations that are running the place. This is a money racket in here. I barely saw law enforcement last time, all private security. And who's making the money? Private corporations and the billionaires. It is all connected, and it's all part of the same story, using immigration and using ICE to benefit the 1%. And so whether you're a Democrat or Republican, Donald Trump wants you to look around at your neighbors as part of the reason why we have an affordability crisis in this country, instead of looking up at the people like him.
Who is giving you the tour, and will you be doing an exit interview here when you're done?
When I come out, I will, if anyone wants to stick around, I'll talk about what I saw and what I heard from the immigrants on this tour. It'll be, I'm not sure exactly who's going to be giving the tour, but the main thing is I'm speaking with people directly, which I was unable to do last time.
And this isn't a surprise to them, like they arranged, you asked them, they arranged, it's actually allowed them to speak.
We arranged yesterday to speak with some specific detainees that are here.
Is there anything you know in English, Christina?
Yeah, I just thought of like your on the backside. That's
Yeah.
gonna be in there.
Yeah, when I come out after, if anyone's here, I'm happy to address.
Anything you can say in Spanish?
Sí, mira, estamos aquí para luchar por los inmigrantes. Sabemos que aquí, en que se llama Alligator Alcatraz.
That is Congressman Maxwell Frost, a Democrat representing Florida's 10th District, who is speaking live now at Alligator Alcatraz ahead of a visit there where he says he is going to be able to speak with several detainees there, something that he said he was not allowed to do last time. Also hopes to see a couple different areas of the facility that he also says they were not allowed to see last time, including the segregation unit, the medical facility, a couple of other places as well. All part of a push, as he said, to get the facility shut down. We know there are ongoing lawsuits and legal battles. We do expect a decision from a judge in one of those cases either today or tomorrow. You heard Congressman Frost reference that as well. But getting a visit as a lawmaker, conducting, they are able to conduct these oversight visits.